It might feel like history is just in books, but history is all around us. Join us as we travel around Raleigh and see history come to life. Today, we're going to look at archaeology at Latta University Historic Park. Today we'll be answering the following questions. Who was Morgan London Latta and why did he establish Latta University? What are artifacts? And what do those artifacts tell us about the history of the site? Let's find out. Hop on the historic Raleigh trolley with Sammy the Squirrel and explore some of Raleigh's history.
Latta University operated for 30 years from 1892 to 1922. The school served African American students from elementary age through high school and taught a variety of skills and subjects. Latta University also offered college prep courses for students who hope to continue their education.
Who was Morgan London Latta and why did he establish Latta University?
Morgan London Latta was born into slavery in the 1850s in northern Wake County. After emancipation in 1865, he attended local schools for African American children recently freed from slavery. He eventually enrolled in Shaw University and finished schooling at Barrett Collegiate and Industrial Institute. But ultimately, he planned to open his own school for African American students. In 1892, Reverend Latta founded Latta University in Oberlin Village, a historically African American community in Raleigh. The school was not a university as we think of today, but rather a school which catered to a range of ages and taught a variety of subjects and skills aimed to prepare students for the future. The campus of Latta University must have been impressive. It boasted numerous buildings, including a chapel, dormitories, and classrooms. Students worked the land to pay tuition, so the campus also included a variety of agricultural structures as well as fields for cultivation. Unfortunately, the last university building burned in 2007. Since then, the city of Raleigh has acquired the property and big plans are in place for Latta University Historic Park. However, the planning goes back over a decade, and one of the first tasks was to conduct archaeology on the site.
What is archaeology?
Archaeology is the study of the past through material remains, and it is important for helping us learn about history. Material remains are essentially objects or artifacts left by previous generations. Like historians, archaeologists study the past. But while historians study the past by looking at written sources, archaeologists study the past by analyzing artifacts. Archaeologists often uncover artifacts through a process called excavation, which essentially means to pull something from the ground. Some objects may be found just below the surface, while other objects are found much further down, covered by decades or even centuries of soil. The areas where archaeologists conduct excavations are called archaeological sites or excavation sites. There are different types of archaeologists. Some archaeologists, for instance, study ancient civilizations from thousands of years ago. Other archaeologists study more recent history. Excavation sites can range in size. Some sites where ancient settlements have been uncovered are quite large. Other sites, however, may only be a single dirt pile.
What do those artifacts tell us about the history of the site?
An archaeological excavation was conducted at Latta University Historic Park in 2009. The goal was to locate and identify material remains which date to the time of Latta University, between 1892 and 1920. The excavation resulted in the discovery of 867 artifacts. While not all of these objects date to the time of Latta University, a number of them certainly did. Here are some examples of glass items uncovered during the excavation, including bottles, decorative glass, and even a metal button. Other objects found include pieces of porcelain and ceramic. Many of these items, including this spoon, would have primarily been used in the kitchen and dining room. The excavation also uncovered a variety of building supplies, such as bricks and nails shown here. The bricks were handmade over a century ago, and if you look closely, fingerprints can even be found on some of the bricks. Archaeology helps us learn more about people and cultures from the past. As we discussed today, artifacts found at Latta University Historic Park shed light on everyday life at Latta University over 100 years ago. Material objects found during the excavation reveal fashion choices, construction trends, culinary preferences, and more.
Today we learned about Morgan Latta and why he established his school, what archaeology is, and what the artifacts tell us about the history of the site. Explore more history at home with the activity in the description below. Thanks for exploring Raleigh history with us. See you next time.